The little boy didn't run away. Most people would have. Four enormous bikers stood beside their motorcycles on an empty country road, their leather jackets covered with patches, their engines silent, and one of the bikes lying on its side. The youngest rider had blood running down his arm. Cars drove past without stopping, then an 11-year-old boy carrying a fishing pole quietly walked toward them. His grandmother had always warned him not to approach strangers, but she had also taught him something more important. If someone needs help, help first. Fear can wait. The boy smiled. Don't be scared, he said softly. I'll help you. The four bikers looked at each other in surprise. None of them expected kindness from a child. 3 days later, more than 2,000 motorcycles rolled into that tiny town looking for one little boy. Before we continue, if you believe kindness has the power to change lives, please like this video, leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, share this story with someone who believes compassion still matters, and subscribe to the Kindness Legacy for more unforgettable stories inspired by courage, hope, and humanity. The boy's name was Malik Carter. He lived with his grandmother, Evelyn Carter, in a small white house at the edge of Pine Hollow, a quiet town where almost everyone knew each other. Malik's parents had passed away in a highway accident when he was 6 years old. Since then, his grandmother had worked 2 jobs to raise him. They didn't have much. The roof leaked when it rained. The old pickup truck hadn't started in almost a year. Some weeks, dinner was little more than soup and homemade bread. Yet Evelyn never allowed bitterness into their home. She constantly reminded Malik that kindness cost nothing. That Saturday morning, Malik had gone fishing at the nearby creek. On his walk home, he noticed 4 motorcycles stopped beside the road. One rider, Marcus Reed, had fallen after avoiding a deer. His shoulder was injured, and another bike had a damaged fuel line. There was no phone signal. In no nearby houses. The group had been waiting almost an hour. Most passing drivers slowed down, then sped away. Malik quietly set down his fishing pole. My grandma has a first aid kit, he said. I'll be right back. Before anyone could stop him, he sprinted nearly half a mile home. He returned carrying bandages, bottled water, and sandwiches his grandmother had packed for lunch. I'm sorry they're peanut butter, he said shyly. It's all we had. Marcus smiled through the pain. They're perfect. While the injured rider rested beneath a tree, Malik ran again, this time to the only mechanic in town. Mr. Howard immediately drove out with tools. Within an hour, 2 motorcycles were repaired well enough to ride safely. Before leaving, Marcus reached for his wallet. Malik stepped back. My grandma says kindness isn't something you sell. Marcus slowly closed his wallet. He nodded with deep respect. What if I just say thank you? Malik smiled. That works. The bikers rode away. Malik thought that was the end of the story. He couldn't have been more wrong. Marcus wasn't just any biker. He was the national president of one of the country's largest motorcycle charities, an organization that raised millions of dollars each year for children's hospitals, veterans, and families in need. At their annual gathering 2 days later, Marcus stood before thousands of riders. Instead of talking about fundraising, he told them about an 11-year-old boy who offered everything he had to complete strangers. He didn't see leather jackets, Marcus said. He saw people who needed help. The room became silent. Then someone asked one question. Where does the kid live? Marcus smiled. I think we should go thank him. The following Saturday morning, the peaceful streets of Pine Hollow began to rumble. First came 20 motorcycles, then 100. Then 500. By noon, more than 2,000 riders filled the roads surrounding the little town. Residents stepped onto porches in amazement, children waved excitedly, store owners stood speechless. Malik looked out his bedroom window, his eyes grew wide. Grandma. I think they're here for us. A motorcycle slowly rolled into the front yard. Marcus removed his helmet. He walked toward Malik with tears in his eyes. You helped us when nobody else stopped. Today, we're returning the favor. One by one, riders stepped forward carrying gifts. A local contractor donated a brand new roof. A mechanic volunteered to restore Evelyn's pickup truck. Teachers brought school supplies. A grocery company filled the family's pantry. Another rider quietly handed Evelyn an envelope. Inside was a college education fund for Malik. She couldn't speak, she simply cried. But Marcus wasn't finished that he looked toward the thousands of riders gathered behind him. "This isn't charity," he said. "This is gratitude." For the rest of the day, the riders worked together, some repaired fences, others painted the house, electricians fixed dangerous wiring, plumbers replaced broken pipes, neighbors who had never spoken before joined the effort. By sunset, the small house looked brand new. Before leaving, Marcus handed Malik a small wooden plaque. Carved into it were simple words: "Kindness always finds its way home." Years passed, Malik never forgot that day. Inspired by what happened, he studied hard, earned a scholarship, and eventually became a paramedic, dedicating his life to helping strangers on their worst days. Every year, on the anniversary of that unforgettable Saturday, hundreds of motorcycle riders returned to Pine Hollow not for a parade, but for a community service day, repairing homes, serving meals, and helping families in need. It all began because one little boy carrying a fishing pole chose compassion over fear. If this story touched your heart, please write "Kindness always comes back" in the comments. We'd love to hear from every member of the Kindness Legacy family. Sometimes, the strongest engines don't create the loudest sound. The loudest sound is made by thousands of grateful hearts coming together for one act of kindness, and sometimes, the smallest person on the road leaves the biggest mark on the world. If this story inspired you, please like this video, share it with someone who believes kindness still exists, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the Kindness Legacy for more heartwarming stories where one act of compassion changes lives forever.